here and kind of show you what this thing actually looks like. And to do that, I have a typical demo with a handful of demo accounts. So I've got one here. I'm logged in as a user called Demo17. And the first thing you do when you log into Bezlio is you're going to see what we call our home panel. All of Bezlio is organized into the concept of panels. You can have as many as you like on a per user basis. They can have different names if you like. Different users may have different sets of panels. And each of those panels is essentially a blank canvas for you to plop all the little bits of information you want onto the screen. And the way you put information on the screen is via these little white floating boxes you see on the screen here, which are what we call bezels. So a bezel, that term actually comes from watch terminology, where the metal rim encasing the face of the watch is called a bezel, and the actual face of the watch is obviously the data in that case. That's what we're giving you. We're just kind of giving you that little view to your data, but the actual data is coming from your live back-end systems. And each of these little bezels you see floating out here, you can take and you can rearrange them however you like. You can resize them if you needed to kind of change what the content looks like. Every individual bezel can be coming from a whole variety of different data sources, and the data could actually be being mashed up from lots of different places. It's not unusual for our customers to have maybe their ERP system has their sales performance, and maybe Excel files are maintaining their sales quotas, things like that. You can seamlessly pull all that together into a single spot here. And not just things that are inside your network like Excel files and ERP systems, but also cloud systems like Salesforce. Maybe you're pulling some of the data from there. The experience you can have to your end user can be a seamless view where they're seeing everything all in one spot. Also, all the data you're seeing in these bezels can be either figured out when you go to the panel the first time. That's what I've actually got on this one, where all the data just kind of loaded up initially and then it's kind of done. Or you can set them up where they're automatically refreshing behind the scenes, giving you kind of a little bit more of a, maybe a real-time kind of ticker of what's going on. So lots of flexibility as far as that goes. The bezels themselves have a wide variety of ways you can present the data. You can have things like this where I've got really big numbers that I click into and I'm drilling down and I'm seeing other kinds of information with trends. You can have progress bars. You can have things that are more like traditional drill down reports where you can kind of expand into different categories and see information and do different sorts and things like that. You also have the ability within Bezlio to navigate from one panel to another, and when you go to the other panel, all the bezels on that panel can react to the thing you clicked on in the first panel. So, for example, this one here is going to be, I've got a big total accounts payable number listed here, and when I click on one of the categories below it, it navigates me to another panel where I'm seeing a blowout of that raw materials category in sort of an aging sort of view. I've only got a single bezel on here, but you could have any number of bezels presented here as well that could all have been reacting to that same thing that you clicked. Flexibility is key with all this, and that's something you're going to find in spades with how Bezlio is developed. You can navigate the different panels by clicking the panel navigator here, and you can kind of see I'm going to pull up a different panel I've got loaded here. When you look at these panels, you can have any kind of layout you can imagine, and it could go as far to the left and right as you like, or it can go up and down as far as you like. You just kind of get scroll bars showing you that as you go through. Within each bezel, kind of think about them almost like little tiny web pages where you could really do anything inside of them you could possibly imagine. So here I've got kind of an expanding, collapsing sort of view going on here. That's certainly something possible. One of the nice things about it, though, is the way you develop content inside Bezlio, and I'm going to keep hitting this over and over again. It's all using a lot of standard HTML technology to do what it's doing in here. And what that enables to do is when you create content in Bezlio, it can automatically react to the kind of device you're using without you doing a single thing. The easiest way for me to show that is pop you into an emulator real quick here. So when I go into my emulator, and I'm going to be showing an iPhone 7, what you'll notice is essentially that the site automatically makes some adjustments for you. Some basic stuff. You have the same navigation along the top as before, but it has switched to where now instead of it scrolling to the left and right, it's automatically put them into this sort of accordion view where all the content, even within those bezels, are automatically adjusting to the kind of screen that I'm on. So it's one of the benefits of the way it's being written is that it just, we've kind of stood on the shoulders of, of everybody else in the web development world to kind of make the content you create in Bezlio very powerful and flexible to support different kind of devices. And that same sort of automatic adjustment will occur for something like an iPad, where you'll have maybe a little bit more canvas to work with. It just automatically will take care of all that for you.